Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ مُوسَى بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ ثُمَّ اتَّخَذْتُمُ الْعِجْلَ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ وَأَنْتُمْ ظَالِمُونَ. And Moses came to you with manifest signs, then you took the calf for worship in his absence, and you were transgressors. Wa and laqad, surely. Walaqad and surely. Ja'a. Ja'a on its own means he came. Ja'akum, he came to you. Who came to you? Musa, Moses alayhi salam. Walaqad ja'akum Musa, and surely Moses ja'akum came to you. Bil bayyinat. Bayyinat means manifest signs. Bay is with, al bayyinat is the signs. So Moses alayhi salam came to you, ja'akum came to you with, bay is with, al bayyinat with signs. Thumma, then ittakhastum, you took. The tum in the end is referring to you. Ittakhastum, you took. Summa takhastum, then you took. Al-ijla, the calf. Mim, from ba'dihi, after him. So after Musa alayhi salam left, you took the calf. Wa antum, and you, zalimun, transgressors. And as you can see in the translation here, that the reason why they took the calf was for worship. This isn't part of the translation. So all it says is that summa, then ittakhastum, you took al-ijla, the calf. But we know that they took the calf particularly for purposes of worship. Well, otherwise you could say shirk, right? Associating partners with Allah. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ وَرَفَعْنَا فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورَ خُذُوا مَا آتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ وَاسْمَعُوا قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَعَصَيْنَا وَأُشْرِبُوا فِي قُلُوبِهِمُ الْعِجْلَ بِكُفْرِهِمْ قُلْ بِئْسَ مَا يَأْمُرُكُمْ بِهِ إِيمَانُكُمْ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. And remember the time when we took a covenant from you and raised high above you the mount, saying, hold firmly to what we have given you and hearken. They said, we hear and we disobey. And their hearts were permeated with the love of the calf because of their disbelief. Say, evil is that which your faith enjoins on you, if you have any faith. What is and is when. Akhazna, we took. What did we take? Misaqakum. Akhazna is referring to Allah the Almighty. Akhazna, when. What is akhazna, and when we took, i.e. when Allah took. Misaqakum. Misaq is a covenant. Okay. Misaqakum, a covenant from you. A covenant from you. And the covenant, and Allah says, Misaqakum, covenant from you, wa rafa'na, and rafa'na, we raised. Wa iz akhazna misaqakum, and when we took a covenant from you, wa rafa'na, and we raised fawqakum. Fawqa is above. Fawq is above, and kum is you. Fawqakum, above you. What did we raise above you? At-Tur. Okay, the Tur mountain. Then Allah says, Khuzu, you take. Akhazna, we took, past tense. Khuzu, this is called Fail Amr, which has an instruction within it. So Khuzu is Allah the Almighty telling them, you take, or take. Ma, what? Atainakum, we gave you, we gave to you, right? Ataina, we gave, kum, you. Bi Quwwatin, Bay is with. Quwwa is strength. Okay. So Allah the Almighty is saying, Khuzu, take ma what atainakum, we gave to you, بِقُوَّةٍ, with strength. Okay, so whatever Allah the Almighty told them to do, take it and بِقُوَّةٍ, with strength. وَاسْمَعُوا, and the second part to that is, whatever we have given to you, take it with strength. وَاسْمَعُوا, and listen. قَالُوا, now this is their reply, that they said, سَمِعْنَا, we heard, وَعَصَيْنَا, and we disobeyed. In the Jamaat, the concept of obedience, it's something that every Ahmadi is familiar with. It's part of our pledges that we make. So itaat is not something, it's something that is very, very common in the Quran, and you will be familiar with this, that sami'na wa ata'na. Sami'na, we have heard, wa ata'na, and we obeyed. The opposite of itaat, of obedience, is asayna, we disobeyed. Right? So Allah the Almighty is now telling us about that group of people who, after being told, Khuzu, take, ma, what, ataynakum, we gave you, bikuva, with strength. And then wasma'u, and listen. Right? You listen to what Allah has to tell you. Qalu, they said, sami'na, we have heard. Right? We have heard what Allah has to tell us. But wa'asayna, and we disobeyed. And Allah explains why this disobedience took place was wa ushrebu, and permitted. Meaning you could say that entered, right? Almost that ushrebu, and permitted, fi, in, qulubihim. Qulub is hearts. Qulubihim is their hearts. The singular of qulub is qalb. Qalb means heart. Qulub, hearts, it's the plural. So Allah the Almighty is saying, wa ushrebu, the reason of the disobedience was wa ushrebu, and permitted, fi qulubihim, in their hearts, ala ijla, the calf. Okay. Bi kufrihim. Bi is with, or due to, or because of. Kufr is disbelief. Kufrihim, their disbelief. Qul, say. Bi'sa. Bi'sa is evil or bad. Bi'sa ma. Right? So what you will see in the Quran is one word, bi'sa ma, but in fact this is a combination of two parts. Bi'sa is evil. Ma is what? Ya'muru. He commands, kum, you. Evil is what? Ya'murukum, he commands you. Bihi, be with, bihi, with it. Just bear with me. This is the split word translation. We will come to the general translation for us to understand the context a bit more. Ya'murukum, he commands you. Bihi, with it. Imanukum, your faith. Iman, faith. Imanukum, your faith. In, if, kuntum, you were, mu'mineen, believers. Okay, let's have a look at the general translation here. Wa is akhazna misakakum. And remember the time, is normally means when. Allah is saying, and remember the time when we took misakakum, a covenant from you. Wa rafa'na fawqakum tur, and we raised high, rafa'na, raised high, fawqakum, above you, atur, the mountain. Khuzu, saying, hold firmly, or take firmly. Ma, to what? Ataynakum, we have given you. Bikuvatin, you can see is firmly, right? So it's come before. So in other words, the translation they have made is Khuzu bikuvatin. So hold firmly. Ma, to what? Ataynakum, we have given you. Bikuwatin has already been translated. Wasma'u, and hearken and listen. Qalu sami'na, they said, we hear. Wa'asayna, and we disobey. Wa ushribu fi qulubihimul ijla, and their hearts, qulubihim, their hearts, ushribu, were permitted, ala ijla, with the love of the calf, right? Al ijla on its own means the calf, but what it means that the love of the calf, or their love to worship the calf, had permitted their hearts. And this was because of bi kufrihim, because kufrihim, of their disbelief. Qul, say, be'sa ma, evil is that, ya'murukum, which ya'murukum bihi imanukum, evil is that which your faith enjoins on you. So you have to translate it in one go, that be'sa, evil, is ma, what, ya'murukum, he commands you, bihi imanukum, what your faith commands you. Right? So here it says, evil is that which your faith enjoins on you. Ya'murukum, enjoins on you, commands you. So what this means, let's finish it first. In, if, kuntum, you have, mu'minin, any faith. So in kuntum mu'minin, if you were believers, or if you have any faith. So what is happening here is that because they had taken the calf for purposes of worship, and they became, as the Quran says, that the love of the calf became dominant for them. So of course it was in fact imanukum, their own faith, which was directing them towards the worship of the calf. So the Quran says, bi'sa ma ya'murukum bihi imanukum, that evil is that, ya'murukum bihi imanukum, which your faith enjoins on you. In kuntum mu'minin, if you have any faith at all, right? Qul in kanat lakumud darul akhiratu indallahi khalisatan min dunin nas fatamannawul mauta in kuntum sadiqin. Say, if the abode of the hereafter with Allah is solely for you, to the exclusion of all other people, then wish for death, if you are truthful. Qul, say, you say. This is again Allah referring to them, that Qul, say, in, if, kanat, it was, lakum, la, for, lakum, for you, right? So lakum, for you. La is for, kum, for you. Ad-darul akhirah, ad-dar means the house or the abode of al-akhirah, the hereafter. Ainda, with Allah, Allah. Khalisatan, purely, solely, min, from, dunin nas, and nas is people. Dun is exclusion. Fa, so tamannaw is you wish. Tamannaw, you wish. Fatamannaw, so you wish, al-mauta, the death. In, if, kuntum, you were, sadiqin, truthful. Okay, let's have a look here. Qul in kanat lakumud darul akhirah. Say, if, in, if, kanat lakum, the abode of the hereafter, ad-darul akhirah is the abode of the hereafter, in the Allahi, with Allah, khalisatan, solely, min dunin nase, to the exclusion of all other people. Here you would have seen that for you, the translation actually is right about here. But in actuality, the translation, the Arabic is here, right? So, Qul, say, in kanat, if, lakum, for you, ad-darul akhirah, the abode of the hereafter, in the Allahi, with Allah, khalisatan, solely, min, from, dunin nas, from the exclusion of people. Here it says in the general translation, say, in kanat lakum ad-darul akhirah, if the abode of the hereafter in the Allahi, with Allah, khalisatan, is solely lakum, for you. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If it's solely for you, min dunin nas, to the exclusion of all other people. So this is a brilliant example that sometimes you have to understand the text, the translation fully, to understand that the split word has been interchanged with the general translation for the purpose of making sense of that sentence, right? Fatamannaw, then wish al-mauta, for death. In kuntum sadiqeen, if you are sadiqeen, truthful. So, jazakumullah. Today, inshallah, we will finish the class here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.